Grant and Brad's Ghastly Dab.
Look at them.
I have my story, guys. It's good. It's kind of scary.
Perfect intro.
Hello. Brad. I already forgot the name of our podcast.
Ho, ho.
Do it again.
Ho, ho, ho.
I like that. I don't even need to say anything this time.
No, you have one. Come on.
No, I was just gonna say, we are the Santa to your sleigh.
The present to your future.
That's like a double meaning too, right? See, it's fun. I mean, last one wasn't too great, the ho ho ho, but you get used to it.
At one point, the name of my story was to be The Ghost of Christmas Past, but
Yeah.
that didn't turn out.
Guys, we're not on the stories yet.
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome to the 2019 Christmaspalooza extravaganza.
Mm-hmm.
It's the motherfucking 2019 GBGG Christmaspalooza.
It's a long name.
Now, we've done this podcast before on Christmas, but we didn't put it on anything.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
It was just for us to listen to.
And it wasn't scary.
No, it wasn't ever scary. It was more like, what did you do at childhood? And it was something that I wanted to do, and I had my son down. And
Yeah, it's a time capsule.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. And it has been fun to listen to. Actually, this was probably the most fun year it was to listen to because Cameron truly sounded younger. So, and it was funny.
Have you had them listen to it?
You know, I actually was going to, and then I forgot. I wanted Brandy in the car too, so Brandy hasn't been in the car with us yet. So yeah.
So what do we have on deck this year?
Lots of different things.
Okay.
The first of which we're going to talk Christmas horror movies.
Christmas horror movies.
Now, that's going to be the part I'm probably going to be the weakest on because, honestly, I don't know a lot of Christmas horror movies.
Well,
except for the ones I've watched with you
maybe
guys.
you just need to be reminded, or you might have seen some when you were a kid, USA Up All Night or something like that. That you might be able to include.
Gremlins.
So just, if there's one that maybe you can turn us on to one. Then we're going to do some Christmas themed...
Christmas campfire. Christmas
themed campfire tales, yes. Mm-hmm. Imagine Are You Afraid of the Dark mixed with Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Or The Twilight Zone.
That sounds scary.
There you go. And then after that, we are going to do White Elephant President Stage. Not a white elephant in the classic way. Everybody got gifts for somebody in particular. I have several gifts for people because I am a reseller. And so there was just some stuff that I needed to just... When I was picking it up, I was like, oh, this is perfect for this person.
Finally needs to go.
Yeah, it's got to go. No resale value. I'm just dropping my shit off with you guys. You're welcome.
Awesome.
All right. So, Christmas horror movies.
It's that time of year again. Gather around the fireplace and listen to us talk about movies.
Which is an interesting thing because you just get done with Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
You have a little break ski.
Yeah.
Where you get caught up on your wrestling. You watch some NFL, some college football because college football is really, heating up come November. And then once December hits, you got the Christmas movies. You got your Rankin Bass specials. You got your 90s specials that everybody likes, be it Garfield or what have you, or whatever you guys like to watch. Scrooged is a big one for me that I absolutely love.
Home Alone.
Home Alone, Bad Santa. Die Hard is, as we've said, it's certainly one of my top 5 favorite movies ever, probably.
Mm-hmm. We should just do an episode just on Die Hard, even though it makes no sense, but we probably could do it.
Should.
We could sit down and do movie commentaries,
But I always looked at Home Alone as a Christmas or as a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, we always usually watch it
because it was always on when I was a kid. It was always on Christmas or Thanksgiving.
It's kind of like how Willy Wonka is a Thanksgiving movie to me. But with the Christmas time comes, you're kind of ready for that horror again, the horror to step in because I do kind of take a little bit of a break between the Halloween because I hit it so hard. I don't know about you guys. I know Grant might be the same, but I probably watch about 30 horror movies between September and October. Mm-hmm. And sometimes by the time it's over, I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to step away for a second.
Well, that's what makes that time of year so great, though.
Oh, yeah,
Because then you
totally.
can... It sucks because Christmas is different. Once Christmas is, like, happened, once the 25th has happened, it's not over. Halloween, like, you can't do anything November 1st.
Yeah.
Like, Halloween's over. So you're bummed, but then you know, it makes it more special. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, you're all Halloweened out by that point.
Yeah, and I'm okay with stepping away from it for a second because sometimes I put too much pressure on myself to watch certain movies. Like, I haven't watched this yet, I haven't watched that yet. And you try to find the time to watch it. So when Christmas comes back around, I do have a slew of horror movies that have made its way into the Christmas movie rotation that I cannot go a Christmas without watching. And there are other ones that obviously I've seen that I can talk about as well. So it's up to you guys where you want to go first.
Frank, what's your favorite Christmas horror movie?
I think I don't necessarily have a whole lot. I mean, I love Shrews, but unless you can't consider that a horror movie because it's more comedy.
It certainly has its horror.
Mm-hmm. It has dark moments in it.
Yeah,
yeah,
but I wouldn't consider it a horror movie.
It's a dark comedy.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's like Sunlight, Deadly Night, but I mean that's just something I barely remember from my past. So I definitely not say it's a favorite by any means. Like I barely remember it.
Silent Night, Deadly Night is a horror movie.
It's a horror Christmas movie. It's the one that always that's the one that always pops into my head when you say a horror Christmas movie.
Okay.
But I don't even know enough about it because it's been so long since I've seen it. I think we watched it once together, but aside from that, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So it's hard for me. I couldn't even quote.
Did me and you watch it together?
I think it was just more than me and you. I think there's a bunch of us that watched it, you know, but it was a few years ago at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been Sunlight, Deadly Night 2, even, or something like that.
You know what? I think it was Christmas Evil.
Yeah.
See, that's one movie I've never seen.
No, I know we've
it.
watched at least one Sunlight, Deadly Night, because we talked about it because, like, I remember we thought that maybe, like, I kept on thinking that there's going to be some sort of twist, like, because they kept on, like, this one guy, he looked like he was going to be the killer, you know, and it's like, okay, this is a total fake out, someone else is going to be the killer. But then, no, he was totally the killer. You know, I thought they were like building up a whole thing where, like a red herring, but no, it's like it was totally obvious. It was like, oh, well, that's disappointing.
Okay.
I think it was 2 because, like, I think it was like
it's definitely not 2. I would never put 2 on for anybody.
Yeah.
2 is like the worst movie ever. It just has a few lines that are great, but most of what 2 is showing clips from the first one.
But I think there was one like there was like the original Santa killer, but then there's also like his brother or something like that.
That's the
was
first
the killer.
one.
The one we also was where it was like his brother was the killer or something like that.
Well, see now I remember watching with you guys one of these 2 movies. It's Silent Night, Bloody Night, or Christmas Evil, and we watched one of them at Frank's house at Christmas time. And I don't remember. I don't know if Matt was there, but I know that you 2 were there. But it wasn't like an event. I think it was more like I brought it over and was like, "You guys want? I'm gonna watch this," and I think we did.
At Frank's old house or the house he's in now?
The house he's in now.
So was it that time where like every month we'd get together and watch a movie?
No, it was just a random one. That
I
I
don't remember that night.
Yeah, I don't remember watching a movie called Christmas Evil ever.
But Silent Night, Bloody Night is on here too.
Yeah, you're forgetting about that.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, Silent Night, Bloody Night, very similar name. And I don't remember that. I have very little recollection of that. But if we started watching it, I bet you one of those 2 movies we would be like, yeah, I've seen this.
I mean, the Amityville Horror meets Michael Myers from Halloween in this gruesome holiday horror fest.
Well, Silent Night, Bloody Night. I mean, it's probably a rip off of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, you would assume so.
Did you know there's 5 of those fuckers?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
As
I was looking differently though.
Yeah, as I was looking stuff up, like I want to see them all, but at the same time, I don't know. Because what did we try to watch that one time with the clown?
Oh,
what's that called?
Killer Clowns?
No, there's like a bunch of them. I think we've only watched 2 of them. What is that called?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm already off
I
track.
don't know,
with
but I really
Christmas
want to
movies.
see it. I still haven't seen the new.
You should.
I saw the first one, but I haven't seen the second one.
I heard the first one's good.
I like the first one. I haven't seen it Chapter 2.
Yeah, the second one's long. Just
And I
be
heard
ready
it
for that.
it actually coincides more with the book than the TV
See, that's one I have
movie
not.
drama did.
Killjoy.
Killjoy. I tried to read the book when I was a kid, and it scared me, so I've never tried to read it again.
That was my first. That was my first Stephen King book. At least I read partially because there's a friend of my sister who was over and she had the book.
Ooh.
And I borrowed it, started reading it. You know, I was like, "Ooh, there's cuss words in it." But I was like really young. You know, but then she left and then she took the book. Obviously, so then years later I read it again. But that was my first Stephen King experience.
All right.
Matt, what's your favorite Christmas horror movie?
Gremlins.
Good pick. I just watched it last night / today when I was wrapping presents.
That's another one, though, I consider dark comedy more than horror.
I mean,
Because I laugh more than that than I would.
yeah, but
It's certainly a mix of horror and comedy, but I would certainly put it in the horror genre.
yeah, this is the first year that Maya watched it, and she liked it, and then we showed her Gremlins 2, and she wanted nothing to do with that one. And I forgot how much I love Gremlins 2. It's so ridiculous.
I hate a new batch.
Why?
Because, like, back then when I watched it, I was really against, like, breaking, like, the fourth wall and shit like that. And
that's all that... That movie is just making fun of the first one is really all it's doing.
Yeah, but, like, they had that moment, like, with Hulk Hogan, like, yelling at the screen.
Oh.
And that killed it for me. Once that happened, that movie was over for me.
My daughter was so confused with that when the Hogan thing happened, because when they, like, cut the movie, the Gremlins have, like, a logo already made of, like, them with the color bars. Mm-hmm. And she did. She asked. She was like, how do they already have, like, a graphic? Mm-hmm. Like, she was very confused by, like, the whole fourth wall breaking of, like, this is all just a ridiculous movie.
Yeah, because if you're truly suspending disbelief and you're taking the movie literally, that completely throws you out of it.
Yeah.
If you're trying to take it take it all seriously, yeah. I mean, I get your point. If it is just a joke, okay. But I mean, at the age I was taking it very seriously, you know.
Yeah.
And I was probably like 14, 15 maybe, but it's just...
Hold on. I could just see a young Frank going to the theater, just serious face.
Like,
shit.
I'm ready for the second Gremlin.
New badge. New badge. The previews are on. Stone face. He's not even happy. The previews are on. He's got a bucket of popcorn. He hasn't eaten it yet. 2 straws for optimal pop flow.
Yeah.
And he's ready. That shit starts. Hogan comes out. And I could just see his fucking popcorn and pop just drip down, just start to drift and
well,
fall
the Hogan
out.
thing isn't the first scene, so get it straight, you know. And there's only one straw.
And the bigger question
Whispers
is...
in his mom's ear, Mom, I hate the new badge. Can we go home?
The bigger question is why Hulk Hogan was wearing the belt in the theater. I noticed that. Like, who would go to the movie theater keeping your world heavyweight...
bought that.
Your world heavyweight championship?
I'm sure he did that all the time.
Like, well, you do have to travel with it, actually.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, yeah, Gremlins...
Free popcorn?
Gremlins is actually my favorite, too. That's the one I watch every year.
That's your favorite.
And I don't watch it outside of, like, December.
Yeah.
And that was a movie, like, there's 2 movies that I had growing up that, like...
I don't watch Die Hard outside of December.
I actually don't either. Now I have to figure out where to fill in Die Hard 3, because I really want to watch it. But yeah, there's 2 movies that I have that don't really go on any of my lists. Like, they're separate. They're just movies as a kid. Right when it ended, I would rewind and watch again. Like, that's all I watched every day, all day. And there's it's Ghostbusters and Gremlins. So Gremlins always has, like, that.
And those 2 are synonymous with one another, right? There's something about those that probably came out around the same time.
They're both 84. They're both 84.
Okay, and they both have the same feel for some reason. I don't even know how to describe it. But
well, it's just like...
They feel like they should be in a 2-pack together.
They don't take themselves
a DVD.
too seriously. Even though they're both pretty serious. I mean... If you think about it, they're serious movies with, like, consequences, I guess. Like, there's little gremlins trying to terrorize a town, and then there's, like, a god that's trying to kill all of New York City.
Yeah.
But at the same time, your kids can watch them. Like, I mean, I guess that's the best way to
explain it. Now, there's one scene of Gremlins that, like, when I was a kid, I thought it was, like, super sad, but then when you're older, you realize it's completely ridiculous and, like, completely dark.
Is
it
the
father story?
Yeah, the ridiculous scene.
Oh,
where it slows down that movie. And that's why in the new badge... They make fun of it, where she turns and starts to tell the story.
Like, hey, little girl,
whatever. Yeah, and then,
and then
Billy stops her immediately, and it's just like, we don't have time for this. Because in the first one, she starts telling this story at the worst time, when all the shit's happening,
right?
And they slow down the whole movie to talk about how her dad got stuck in a chimney dressed as Santa Claus. But
it was, like, really depressing, but when you're older, like, that's just a ridiculous story.
Right.
Like, that happened, you know?
Oh, yeah, as a kid, I never thought about it. I was just like, that's a really sad detail. Yeah. And now it's just like, you laugh at it every time. But, no, yeah, Gremlins is always my go-to, or I guess as my favorite. Obviously, there are other Christmas movies that I watch, but, yeah, Gremlins is my favorite.
Good. My favorite, actually, I think people would probably be like, they would scoff at my horror fandom, but I think it's Krampus. Krampus is so much fun. Like, I really just enjoy watching it. Like, every year... since it came out, and I was a big Trick or Treat fan, and so when Krampus came out and I found out it was directed by the same guy, I was like, oh, okay, sweet, this is gonna be super fun. And so you start watching Krampus, and you're like, oh fuck, he's taking this really seriously, And then the fucking gingerbread man comes down the chimney, and you're like, no, he's not. Awesome. And then the fucking shit hits the fan from there. But it's still creepy. Like, the elves are actually fucking creepy. Krampus himself, creepy.
The elves creepy. Like, the Jack in the Box is actually...
So many good
The gingerbread
moments.
actually, I think, might be the only thing that's kind of like...
Yeah, silly. But I still love it. Ends on a total down note.
It does.
And you don't even want it. I don't even know if you want it to. Like, you kind of have mixed emotions about it. Because you kind of do start to like the family, which is rare for me. Like,
well, the moral starts turning it though, because you have this whole family, and you seem like the boy is the only decent person.
Well, and Adam Scott didn't do anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like, you start to see the family, and you see like you can pick sides very quickly, and it's it's a Christmas movie in the fact that there is a moral, and it's all and it shows you what Christmas is really about. But then after they learn the moral. Yeah, it still ends the way it ends.
And they all know. Like, when he finds the bell, it's like everybody's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, Krampus is one I watch every year as well. I haven't this year. I have to fit it in the next 2 days. But no, it's... And I'm never disappointed. Like, there's some movies where, like, you have to watch where sometimes I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I mean, like, I like them, but like I'm not feeling it right now. But Krampus always...
I just want to skip Halloween 2 and go straight to Halloween 3 so bad.
I mean, yeah, that's why you never pull out.
You're probably
Halloween
the only
6.
people to say that though, because Halloween 3 is probably like a lot of people's worst of that movie.
I think you're wrong.
Those people have not seen Halloween 6.
No, man.
Or Resurrection.
Well, you're saying Halloween 3 has
Halloween 3 is my favorite Halloween movie over even Halloween. I'll say it.
Wow.
Is the podcast over now?
I guess.
Drop the mic.
I'm leaving. Yeah.
Is it yours?
No, I like Halloween more.
I get so excited when I watch Halloween 3 and it always delivers. Halloween, I'm doing shit while I'm watching.
Now here's the thing.
I'll be honest. I've seen it too many fucking times.
I think I did it this year. It was either the night before or the night of. I watched Halloween 3 closer to Halloween. Like, it makes me feel more like Halloween. But I just love that.
It's Halloween week.
I love that first movie so much, though. And
so do I. I love it too, but it's been done fucking 4 times now. I have to watch it all the time. Every time a new fucking Halloween comes out, I'm watching Halloween 1 again.
Well, they got 2 more for some reason.
Thing is, like, I haven't watched like anything but the original Halloween for so long because I haven't watched. Put on Halloween 2, 3, and definitely not 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Well, 4 or 5 is fine.
Like
it's just not yet. He turned more into Jason than he did. Like, he was just like he got to the point where he can't be killed. He's going around just stalking teenagers. Like, he's driving a car at one point. Like, it's not so serious as it's taken in the first and second one. I don't feel.
Wait, he's driving a car in the first one.
Yep, he is.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. But like, he's driving around like I don't know. It's more.
All right, fuck that point.
Oh, yeah, it just seems more campy in like whatever one of 4 or 5.
I know what you're saying.
The first one, like, you believe he's crazy and he escaped and he's following a girl.
Yeah, I wish, you know what? That's a genius idea for a movie. How did he get from the fucking escape to Haddonfield? Show him driving that car and figure that shit out for an hour in the rain. Remember, it was raining that night. Bad. Yeah. That would be a movie in itself. Where he just keeps continuing to run to the fences. He's getting kind of frustrated. He's like,
you gotta write the screenplay.
I just want to make that noise.
And it just has like Mr. Bean type fucking music going. Woo! Like, I don't know.
One that I did see recently, I watched it last year that I really enjoyed was a movie called Better Watch Out.
Okay, that's on my fucking list.
Sorry,
I want to see. No,
did I jump something?
I'm sorry. It's All Through the House.
I might have seen that one.
That looks awesome on this list, but go on. Better Watch Out.
Better Watch Out. It has a twist, which I'm not going to give away for you guys.
Okay.
But it's basically like babysitters over at a kid's house, and it's close to Christmas, and the parents go out, and then there's like a home invasion happening, and the babysitter and the kid have to figure out what to do, and it just keeps getting worse and worse for them, and then there's a twist that happens.
Okay.
But it's all based around like Christmas and all that, and going out for the holidays. Which I was
actually... Are they at a Christmas party? The parents, like a work Christmas party that's super nice?
Maybe. I don't remember too much about the parents.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
The one that really stood out to me on this list of 100 movies that me and Grant were looking at. First of all, Anna and the Apocalypse looks good, and that's on the thing.
That popped up randomly everywhere. I had no idea it was about Christmas. I thought it was just about zombies.
All Through the House was the one that I was interested in.
I've watched All Through the House.
Is it good?
It's a thing.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to have a couple drinks and zone out for an hour and a half, then yeah.
So I should just watch Die Hard again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, watch it, on your own. But like, I don't know. Some of the acting got me. And
well, we can continue talking about movies we've actually seen.
yeah. But yeah, I all the house if you want to.
So me and Grant did a podcast on Silent Night, Deadly Night earlier this month. It was our one between the last one with you guys and this one. And it was our worst podcast yet, in my opinion. And we didn't realize...
You realize why, right?
Do what?
It had nothing to do with that. But it was just... We didn't realize how slow the movie was. Because I think that I realized that I usually watch it while I always make this photo book for Brandy every year of our year. And I think that's the night I watch it. Or I'm doing something, I'm wrapping presents. Like, I usually combine the movie with, like, a Christmas activity. So I'm doing stuff while I'm watching. So you don't kind of realize, like, fuck, this part is 20 minutes slow. Of just slow movie where to talk about is tough. And we didn't realize just how slow the movie was. I even think that we got done with it and we both thought we liked the movie better than we actually do. For me, I think you felt the same way, judging from.
I mean, it's still something I'd watch every year.
Yes, totally. But I'm gonna do something next time while I watch it. I'm not gonna fucking.
Not just gonna sit there.
No.
The other one that going through these lists that I've actually seen, which I completely forgot was a Christmas movie, or what happens during Christmas. I wouldn't call it a Christmas movie, but there's a movie called Await Further Instructions. Which I don't know if you guys have seen.
I haven't heard of it.
It's about a family. They get together. You can tell that the son hasn't been around for a while because there's some... he's not like the rest of his family, And so then all of a sudden in the middle of the night, his son and his wife try to leave the house. And they find out that the house has been covered in like this black, like, it doesn't even tell you. He can't get out of the house though. Mm-hmm. And the TV turns on and says, await further instructions. And the TV keeps telling the family what to do, and it keeps getting worse, and they die and all that stuff. Wow. So it was actually pretty good. The only problem I had with that movie was that there was no answer. Like, it just, like, you don't know what's happening, really. But it all happens during Christmas. So
but sometimes that's a good thing. I mean, like, leaves up the imagination.
I've definitely seen Christmas Evil. Now that I'm seeing the Santa,
that's the one I haven't.
I swear I watched that with you.
And then there's always Black Christmas.
I have,
at least the original. I haven't seen the new one or the remake, the first remake.
I owned the first remake, and it was not good in my book.
What was it?
And it probably turned me off to actually watching the real one.
Yeah. The real one I think is really good.
Really good?
Yeah.
You know what? You're a bigger fan of...
I like slasher movies.
Slashers than I am. I'm more of a creature / really campy. Mm-hmm. Like, I like movies like give me a fucking one. The Stuff, Slugs, Slither, shit like that. That's just kind of weird and off the wall.
I like a group of people that just wait to get killed.
Do you like Night of the Creeps?
Big boobs.
Yeah.
I love Night of the Creeps.
Big boobs. What are you talking about?
Big boobs slasher movies. Always big boobs.
Yeah, big
in
boobs.
that group. Yeah.
Yeah, there's big boobs.
Yeah, what is his name? Because he's in Night of the Creeps. He's in Halloween 3 too.
Tom Hanks. Or is it Tom Hanks?
Hanks.
You got his autograph.
I couldn't remember his name though.
So yeah, I really enjoyed Black Christmas. And fun fact, I don't know if everybody knows this, but the guy that wrote Black Christmas is the same guy that wrote Christmas Story. And he wrote Porky's.
I did not know that somehow.
Yeah. So he somehow has a movie in every genre.
Christmas Story is dark at times,
I got told, because last year was the first year we had Maya watch it, and I got told, she's like, I don't really know what that movie's about. It's the weirdest movie I've ever seen. And I was like, that's why I love it as a Christmas movie. That's why it's my favorite Christmas movie.
That's your favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah. And I was like, because it's kind of ridiculous.
Christmas Vacation was always mine, but nothing gets me more excited than Die Hard Night.
Oh,
Die Hard is definitely, I think, has overcome to be my favorite Christmas.
So next year, I think that even though this is Ghastly, we're just gonna have to have a Die Hard podcast.
And I don't even. I can't not watch it. I have to wait to watch it. I can talk about it, but I can't watch it with you before I watch it on Die Hard.
Well, we don't have to watch it.
Okay.
Is Die Hard Night just Die Hard 1 or Die Hard 2?
Sometimes it's Die Hard weekend. It's always like this year it was Die Hard on Friday, like the 6th, and then Die Hard 2 on like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, because I don't think we have to watch it. I think we could literally spend an hour and a half talking about it, probably.
I probably could.
What are some other movies? Frank, you got any?
I mean, not if we're talking about horror movies. I mean, I could talk about Scrooged, but...
Last year, we watched a movie called A Christmas Horror Story over here. Does anybody remember that one?
I vaguely remember it.
I've watched it this year already.
It's a movie that I like so much that I actually bought on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
It is a... help me out, Grant. What's that called?
An anthology.
Anthology movie, thank you. And it has 4 different parts.
Starring
Only one
William
of the parts
Shatner.
I don't like. Is there a part that you don't like?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe the kids.
The kids going through the house.
Like
I do not like that.
Even though that's literally what I've made videos about. But for some reason, I don't like it.
Interesting. But all the other 3 stories are really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of tie together, but not in any intricate way like Trick or Treat does.
Yeah.
Where it's incredible. Where you're like, oh my gosh, how about that?
How about that?
But yeah.
And then there's a twist at the end of that movie, too.
There's a very good twist, too.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I watched it, didn't see coming somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I didn't see
Oh, no, I didn't. It all makes sense. Like, you kind of feel like an idiot.
Yeah,
just like, how did I
you're
not
like,
do
it's
it?
fucking him.
Yeah.
But yeah, super good movie. There's a Krampus aspect to that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one is a, what do they call it? With the Changeling, right?
The
Is that
Changeling.
The Changeling.
That's the one with the little
where
kid.
it's a little kid that gets, that's a really good one. That might be my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
They go to get a Christmas tree.
It's a terrifying scene when he keeps eating the spaghetti.
Oh.
Like, I don't like it. It
It's-
bothers me, and I don't know why.
The dad is just, you can tell that the dad had gone through some shit. Like he had been in recovery for maybe anger or drinking, and you're not 100% sure. They never really.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you have this glimpse on a family, and then the kid just goes nuts. And the phone call, you're like, that's not your child. And the mom's like, fuck you. First time. And then it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds familiar. I think I might watch it, but I don't really remember a lot
We
of
watched
it.
it last year.
We watched it last year.
Here.
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember the specifics of it.
There's a lot of times where if we say we've watched together, somebody's been drinking. So it's like, yeah, we watched that, but I don't remember that. It's saying the first time I watched American or Christmas Horror Story, I watched it with my sister, and I think that there's a day where we like took the day off for Christmas, and we started drinking at like noon, and that might have been like the 3rd movie. In.
Oh,
so it was like
super fun.
Yeah, and, and Kelly was
just pounding Miller Lite, tall boys.
and and Kelly was just like, oh, I love this movie. She talked it up, and I couldn't remember anything. And then I remember going like, I don't.
How
like
did she
this.
love it already?
I don't. She had
Because
watched
it had
it.
just come out. It came out in like 2017.
No,
So she maybe watched it already and then just had you watch it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she had already seen it.
Gotcha.
'Cause they had, like,
same year it came out.
Yeah.
Just so happened.
Because we watched like Misery and Knock Knock, I think, that day. And by the time we got to Christmas Horror Story, I was done.
Gotcha.
So I don't remember it. She had to explain to me what a changeling was, and I just wasn't getting it.
Did you watch any of the Into the Dark Christmas?
No, I went to put it on because that's the one about the Christmas. No, it's like a guy invites his boss over.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I was going to, and then I went with
It had
Christmas
little to
Horror
do with
Story
Christmas,
instead, actually.
and I really liked it, but it had very little to do with Christmas. Did you watch Puka last year?
I watched Puka last year.
Didn't like.
I didn't like Puka.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing, talking about the Krampus stuff, I noticed while looking at those lists, there are so many. Like once that Krampus movie came out, I feel like there were so many rip-off movies.
Oh yeah,
there was
Did you
tons
try
of
to watch
Krampus
the
stuff.
Krampus movie, the other Krampus
The
movie
other
on
one,
Netflix?
I've never tried it.
I tried it. Unwatchable. Within minutes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it just because of, like, bad
acting
graphics, or
what?
You know what? I don't even remember, but I think Krampus is so good that I immediately was turned off by it. Like,
Yeah, the bar's been set.
Um,
What about Jack Frost?
That
I
was
did
a
see
perfect
That's what-
Matt.
yeah.
Good pick.
I was about to.
What?
Jack Frost, I hadn't seen forever. And then I watched it like 2 years ago. And I fucking loved it.
Yeah, it's good.
I loved everything about it. And just the idea that a serial killer gets in a wreck with like, what is it, like nuclear waste or something? Or I don't remember what they
It's
hit.
been a long fucking time since I've seen it. I don't remember it.
He's
No,
like
that
in the,
sounds-
like he's like in the back of a cop car, and they run into this like chemical transport, of course, and so somehow like he dies and falls into the snow, and that's what turns him into a snowman, I think.
Shit.
And it's been
so long since I watched it. Obviously,
the snowman scenes where he like
freaky,
there's
isn't it?
actually like a guy in a suit walking around killing people like
shit,
dressed
Jaws
as a
the
snowman.
Revenge is a fucking Christmas movie.
I forgot about Jaws Revenge too. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
when I go
right.
to watch Jaws, Jaws is one of my top probably favorite movies of all time, like the original Jaws. So whenever I'm like, I'm going to watch Jaws, I do go with the first one.
You go with the first one.
The second one's rough, and I like the third one.
Third one's good. And as a kid, I fucking loved sharks, so I loved all the Jaws movies. And for some reason, I was just getting to the age where
Jaws is like Die Hard to me for summer.
No, Jaws is the summer Die Hard.
Yeah,
like we watch it every year. It's one of my favorite movies. Like
I love.
But like as a kid, by the time I got to the age where we had cable, I remember my dad got HBO, and like when like a movie would end on HBO, and he'd be like, "Coming up next," and it'd show I have a tape with Jaws: The Revenge of the banana boat scene or whatever. Like and I always I don't know if it was like I don't know what it was, but
I don't know what you're talking about, by the way, because I haven't seen Jaws: Revenge in so long.
It's
but
like
I have an idea what you're talking about.
The shark follows them down to like Jamaica or Australia. I don't know.
Yeah, is Dennis Quaid in that
Maybe
one?
it's just Dennis Quaid's in the third one.
Oh, okay.
And that one's awesome too.
And the third one was actually shot in Ohio. Fun fact.
I didn't know.
When the SeaWorld was here, it was shot at SeaWorld. Well, some of it at least was.
Jaga Lake, yeah.
But yeah, the fourth one I actually really like. I just completely forgot that movie starts out. Like it's like New England area, right? And then I think there's Christmas. See, I can't I wouldn't put that as a Christmas movie, I guess.
Okay.
But
I have to watch it again to tell you if I could. Or
no,
not.
I actually like Jaws: Revenge. It starts to get out there, but it's still.
Okay.
I think there is somebody actually. I think like Michael Caine's in the fourth one. But no, what's his name? What you said is in the Quaid's in the third
Dennis
one.
Quaid.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here looking at all these movies, and there's a bunch of Krampus movies. Krampus Unleashed, Krampus this, Krampus that.
Yeah.
There's so many good ones. They look really good.
I might even have this by accident. Did you know that there was a Munsters Christmas special?
No.
I had no idea, and it's not Fred Gwynn playing Herman though.
And as we were saying, one of the first here, actually, I will confirm this time. I thought it was the first episode of Tales from the Crypt was the Christmas one.
Oh yeah.
And I will tell you,
it's the first season.
It is definitely the first season.
I don't know.
It is the second episode.
The first one is the one
called All Through the House, and it's great.
Yes.
It's probably the best episode on this
Yes.
season. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one that I wanted to bring up just because I get confused with this one about what I want to consider it, because I feel like that the feeling of the movie, maybe when I watched it, hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I consider it a summer movie, and I always watch it like in late August, like when I want to watch like Texas Chainsaw 2. This is one of those movies that I throw in there, like Grindhouse I put in there, but Night of the Comet. But if you actually watch that movie,
it takes place
on Christmas, and there's like Christmas trees, and the mall is decorated.
Right?
Yeah,
and the radio station's decorated for Christmas.
and the first time I watched it, I never picked up on that, and then later on, it was like, oh shit, this happens on Christmas. But it's like in California, so like it's warm.
I love the movie. I just never considered that Christmas.
So that's why I always take it as a Christmas.
Fan of it.
Yeah, that's like one of my first zombie movies.
Do you guys ever have movies you watch at Christmas, like during Christmas break, so it kind of becomes like a Christmas movie to you? I know I bought, or I got for Christmas last year, They Live.
So that's a Christmas movie for you.
And I feel like I want to watch it while I'm on Christmas break again. Because it almost feels like I really enjoy. It was one of those nights. You know how sometimes you just really enjoy watching a movie that you like totally get into it, and you have the right buzz or the right mood, and you're just totally into it. It's so much fun to watch it. So then you want to replicate that the next year. Does anybody else have that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you have that?
That's
you guys?
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Misery is a movie I like that.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Lots of great winter movies. I'm just trying to think right now, but you guys mentioned Misery. That's always a winter break movie. Any kind of I don't know. I just drew a blank, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll come back to this. Let me circle back.
Come January, the first time that there's a snowy weekend, which we usually have at least one, is Roadhouse night at the Dixon House. And we watch Roadhouse. It's one of my favorite movies. I keep saying that. People are going to think I have 100 favorite movies.
Well, that's what, like that one post on Instagram when I was just like, Maya called me out. It's like, everything's your favorite. And I'm like, I do say everything's my favorite.
I do love fucking Roadhouse, though. And Brandy loves it, too. And so, usually we go sledding with the kids at night, because we love night sledding over at Jeff's Park. It's not Jeff's Park, but he runs it. But then we go and we put the kids to bed and we drink and we watch Roadhouse. And it's so much fun.
Yeah, mine is with Matt. Mine's Misery. But
Misery's slow to me.
It's kind of like, It's in my top 5. I put it at 5.
Kathy
5.5,
Bates,
5.5
man. It's
of my top
best
5
movie, in
favorite
my opinion.
horror movies.
I hear they're making like a
Maybe I need
series
to
about
watch
young
it.
Annie Wilkes.
We started watching Castle Rock. It's Castle Rock on Hulu.
Oh, is
And
it?
the girl that plays it, Lizzie Kaplan, I don't know how they did it, but she does the exact voice, the exact face. She does the waddle
She has
walk.
the thing. She has it.
Yeah, you believe that is Kathy Bates.
Young.
Like I get to sit there and watch that show. Like we're about 4 episodes in, and I just want to
Yeah, I didn't know.
all I
I,
do is
I,
watch it.
I just heard they're doing that. And
I don't know why. I can't tell you why I love Misery so much, but I do.
Hey,
But it
I
also
don't know
goes,
why I love Roadhouse so much. It's just
but it also goes back and forth. I watched it this year in December because I wanted to watch it before we started watching Castle Rock, just so Abby understood what was going on. But I usually watch that in January because of the snow. Like when it starts out, it's a cold weather movie, so I usually wait till January. But
it's certainly a cold weather movie.
But I can see how it's slow. It's just something I've always gravitated towards that movie, and I love it.
I probably need to watch it again. It's been a while.
It is slow though. I've never seen it, but have any of you guys? I'm asking mainly Brad. Any of you guys seen Santa's Sleigh? Starring
Bill Goldberg?
No, and I was fucking watching the
That's
podcast
awesome.
today on the
Goldberg.
network with Stone Cold and Goldberg. I was laying there when I woke up, and he was talking about doing it, and
He talks about Santa's Sleigh?
for a second, and it was on Netflix forever.
Yeah.
And I was always like, I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
Come this Christmas, and I never did.
I've never seen
and
it.
I wish I would have, and it's something I regret to this day. One of life's biggest regrets for me.
And then one that I don't know if you were there or not, but we've watched Santa Conquers the Martians.
Santa Conquers the Martians. Rough watch.
Yes, that was one that I go back to. I was drinking, so I don't remember too much of it.
And if I recall, everybody was in a mood that night. Or was that when we watched Christmas Vacation that nobody was happy except me? I don't know. It was like we chopped together. Matt couldn't come, and Frank was pissed about something. You were pissed about something, and everybody was
Like
in
with
a
each
pissy
other?
mood.
Or just something separate?
No, it was definitely like life's woes
Mm-hmm.
that just were bringing people down.
I have no
I
idea
don't
what
know
night
what
that
it
was.
was.
I feel like Santa Conquers the Martians, we would have been in a good mood.
I don't think it was Santa Conquers the Martians. I think that we got together, and Matt couldn't make it. Matt was supposed to make it.
Sorry, guys.
Was Mike there?
So no.
You know
it was
what?
us
We have
three.
forgiven you 3-4 years later.
I haven't.
Frank.
What about when
Frankie
Mars
quit
attacks?
smoking, that's what it was.
Oh.
And he was not happy about
Frankie.
What happened, Frank?
Frank quit
Apparently, I
smoking.
quit smoking.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
drinking, I think. And I think that you were like
Yeah.
pissed about it.
What's next? Are we done with Christmas
I think we're done
movies?
for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we ran through a lot.
Yeah. We
What
ran
more are
through
you
a
going to
lot.
talk about?
And you know what? Next year, I might even try to watch a few different ones just
So we
to
can talk about
actually
them?
talk about
That's
them.
fine.
Yeah. Well, in conclusion, the best ones are
best ones?
Krampus, Jack Frost, Gremlins.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, but it's not as good as you think. Remember it being.
Is this Matt's top Christmas movies?
Yeah, I actually have to watch Silent Night.
Because then I'm going to go, Matt's
Christmas
top.
Horror Story.
Jaws: The Revenge.
Now, it is time for the second part of Christmaspalooza.
Drum roll.
The Christmas campfire stories.
Alright, kiddies, grab your loved ones and join them around the fireplace. It's time for Grant and Brad's Campfire Stories.
First up, he's off to go first. It's Frank.
It's Frank. So, what is it though? We all had to come up with like a part of Christmas lore. Something with Christmas, or dealing with Christmas, but more on the darker side.
Yeah. All right.
Frank.
No judgment. I wrote this just this afternoon.
And we all have to be quiet, right? We all have to act like that we gathered around the fire, ready for Frank. All right, so now first up, we have Frank's campfire story.
Oh, I'm not going to wait for the Yule log. Okay. Grant opened the package he had just received in the mail. He was pleased to see it was the elf on the shelf he had just ordered off of eBay. The package was late, considering that it was Christmas Eve. The elf was wearing a red and white suit with a Santa hat. Grant thought it looked a little creepy, like a ventriloquist dummy, but he thought his 6-year-old son Brad would get a kick out of it.
You probably would.
Yeah. Grant noticed there was also a piece of paper in the bottom of the box. It was an elf adoption certificate with the name, of the elf already filled in, which slightly annoyed Grant. The name of the elf was Matty Jingle Powell.
For Frank to even keep that one together.
Yeah.
Great name.
Is it the word jingle that got you?
Jingle to it.
Okay. All right.
Pause it for a second. It's got the...
Were you laughing when you were writing this too?
Not as much. Grant and his wife later explained to Brad that the elf had been adopted by their family and would watch him during the day and report back to Santa every night if he had been naughty or nice. They also told Brad that he was not allowed to touch the elf or would lose all of its magic. That night, Grant and his wife silently snuck into Brad's room. He was sleeping peacefully in his Star Wars-themed bed. Grant set up the elf on the dresser opposite Brad's bed so he could see it when he just woke up. They positioned the elf with a naughty or nice report card in front of him. The next morning at the breakfast table, Brad seemed to be struggling to stay awake. "Didn't you get enough sleep last night?" Grant asked. "No," Brad replied. "Jingle kept me up." Yeah. Jingle was a bad choice. Jingle kept me up all night singing Christmas carols. "Really?" Grant said with a smile. "That wasn't very nice of him. Shouldn't he have been back in the North Pole?" "That's what I told him, but Jingle just laughed at me," Brad said. Grant chuckled to himself, amused with his son's imagination. Later, while his wife went to do some... Sorry.
It's okay.
Do some last-minute Christmas shopping with Brad, Grant set up the elf on the table next to the Christmas tree so it would look like Jingle was putting up tinsel. I'm gonna have trouble with the next word, sorry. He then went to the basement to wrap some presents. He was extremely proud of one Jake Killer. He had purchased Brad.
He had what?
He had purchased Brad a brand new Troy Aikman jersey. That he was sure he would love.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. This happened in the 90s.
Yeah. That evening when Grant was taking a nap, he was wakened by the sound of something hitting the wall, coming from Brad's bedroom. He got up quickly and went to that room. Brad was sitting on the bed, and the elf was laying on the floor. "What's going on in here?" Grant asked. "Nothing," Brad said. "Don't lie to me. What is Elf doing in here? You're not supposed to touch him." "I didn't, not at first," Brad said. "What does that mean?" "I didn't touch him until he started saying bad things." "Stop making up stories. Why did you take him out of the living room?" "I promise to God I didn't. He was just there at the end of my bed. He was saying mean things about you and Mommy." Brad just stopped. "It's true. Then he said he was going to hurt me. That's when I picked him up and threw him. You told me touching him would take away his magic." "Brad, you're too old to be acting like this," Grant said, picking up the elf. "This was supposed to be a fun family thing and you ruined it. You're grounded for the rest of the night. You can come down tomorrow morning to open presents."
Grounded on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Brad's a bad boy. Grant stormed out angrily, feeling disappointed at how things turned out. He went to the garage and tossed the elf into the garbage. What a waste of money that it turned out to be. He then went to bed. The next morning, Grant woke up feeling guilty for overreacting the night before to Brad's imagination. It was 8 in the morning, so he was sure that Brad would already be downstairs ready to open presents. Grant got up and went downstairs in his pajamas. Grant's wife was downstairs, but Brad wasn't. Is Brad still sleeping?" Grant asked. "Yes, he's been very quiet this morning. We'll wake him up." Grant went to Brad's room, but Brad wasn't there. He went to the bathroom, but he wasn't there either. He searched the rest of the upstairs and found nothing. He went back downstairs and told his wife he couldn't find Brad. They both went to check the front and backyards, but they were empty. Grant's wife started going to the neighborhood houses to ask if anyone had seen her son still in her housecoat. Grant started to panic at this point, went back up to Brad's room to double check. He checked under the bed and in the closet, but still found nothing. Then Grant noticed a small lump laying under the blanket just below the pillow. He pulled off the blanket in one quick motion. Lying in the bed was an elf on the shelf. This one was green. This one was blue instead of red, though. There's also another elf adoption certificate. This one said Bradley Sparkles Dixon. That's it.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Okay,
so
Sparkles.
so the elf turned Brad into an elf.
Yes.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's actually pretty good, Frank. Not bad.
Like I said, I wrote it just this afternoon, so there you go.
Okay.
My few jokes, because the Troy Aikman thing broke me. Yeah. And the dingle or jingle,
Jingles? Dingle.
jingle and sparkles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
That was good, Frank.
Yeah.
Do you just want to keep going in the circle?
Yep.
All right, so Matt, it's your turn.
All right.
I'm not gonna wait first. So I can just enjoy the rest now.
And this is fictional, of course. I'm going to use real people and all that.
Mine was factual. It truly happened.
All right, so I had this was my first Christmas in Ohio, having just moved back from California. It was a cold night. There was snow in the forecast. My parents, I had moved moved home and lived with my parents and their dog, Spencer, a mix between a beagle and a basset hound. In either case, I was started feeling a little blue and depressed on this cold night, missing the moon and the ocean and the sunshine and the warm weather in California. I decided just to hibernate this night and watch some TV, read a book, just do anything to keep my mind off of California. So, anyway, my mom had asked me if I wanted to come out and have some dinner with them and at a nice restaurant nearby in a bar, and do a little bit of Christmas shopping and kind of walk around the mall and look at lights. Well, I politely declined and decided to, go on dating websites and just, try to get reacquainted back in Ohio. So, having moved back, my parents at that time were renting an old farmhouse, and it was out in the country. And so there were coyotes at night, bullfrogs in the summer. Well, this winter night, it was dead silent. Living out in the country, there aren't a lot of city lights around, so when you look outside your window, it's just blackness. And so I'm all by myself in this old farmhouse. I hear the car pull out of the driveway. I decide to turn on a movie in the background and get on my laptop and start getting on these social dating sites just to talk to people and kind of get, heal from a bad relationship that I'd got out of. In either case, about an hour or two into it, I hear a door open and close. I hear walking, and I hear a dog's collar, and so I say to them, hi guys, how was the trip? I yell through the vents from above. I'm on the second floor of this farmhouse. I hear some murmuring, but I dismiss it because I knew that they were going to be coming upstairs at some point, and I would talk to them about, their escapade when they got upstairs. So in either case, hour goes by, 2 hours goes by, I hear TV going downstairs, I hear a sink running, and anyway, I'm wondering why they're not coming upstairs to say hello, which they always did in the past, just to check on me. You gotta love mothers. Mothers, they never stop being mothers, even when you're an adult. So, in either case, I start to think it's really weird that, they're not coming up and saying hello, especially after I'd acknowledged their presence, yelling through the vents, asking how the trip was, how the dinner was. So, I get a phone call from a friend to go and watch a football game. And this is about 2 hours into the night. I go downstairs, and there's no one there. There's no sink running. There's no TV on. Nothing. No movement. Nothing. And I look outside in the driveway, and there's only one set of tire tracks leaving. I look in the garage. There's no cars. Nothing. Just black stillness because I've turned off the computer and TV now. About to leave. In either case, I call my mom at that point. I ask her, "Hey, where'd you guys go?" And they're like, "We're still out. We haven't gotten home yet." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird." And so anyway, I leave and I come back, and the next morning, I go down to my mom and I say, "Hey, this is crazy. I swore that you guys got home an hour ago or whatever." I said, "I must have been like dreaming." And she's like, "That's weird because your sister said that she had a dream that, she was alone in a house and that, her husband and daughters were home and, that she had the same experience." So in either case, after that, every time I was alone in that house, I would always listen just for noises, just to see if I was like going crazy or anything. And it just so happened in that house, after that point, every time I would be upstairs alone, I would swear that there were people downstairs and vice versa. Downstairs, upstairs. So, I don't know. I'm not afraid of ghosts or anything like that. But there's definitely something to be said about old houses. Well, it turns out that this house, someone actually did die, but it was during childbirth. This house was so old that the original owners, had midwives and all that stuff. And they did lose a baby in the house during delivery. So I don't know if that doesn't have to do with any weird noises, people walking around. I didn't hear any babies crying. But anyway, I'm never going to live in a farmhouse again. And that's the end of my story.
Very good.
I don't have another one.
Wait, it's back to you now.
I can read it again.
Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
For my turn, I need to enlist the help of Brad for a little bit. Not much. There is one time you have to cut me off.
Oh, shit,
And it's noted right here when I say, "Are you sure?" You ready?
Okay.
Okay. So we don't have a narrator, but I'll go ahead and start it off now. Here we have a man checking out at a local superstore on Black Friday. You ready?
Yeah. Who am I?
You're your customer.
Okay.
Is this all for you, sir?
I don't think that's any of your fucking business, is it?
Excuse me, man. All right, well then, your total comes to an outrageous $452 and 82 cents.
Stop being cute and just take the money.
Would you like to donate $1 to the Grove Gardens Cancer Fund?
Nah, man, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Look, asshole, I said I'm good. I got shit to do. Hurry the fuck up.
Okay, man, but you are aware of Santa's elves, right?
What the hell are you talking about? I'm not fucking 6 years old.
Well, I can tell you Santa Claus is real and he doesn't fuck around when it comes to the naughty and nice list.
I'm about done with you.
No, now you listen, asshole. The Santa we all know is not the real Santa. He does sit up at the North Pole, waiting all year to give gifts to all the good boys and girls in the world. He has the reindeer and just the sexiest Mrs. Claus you've ever laid your selfish 42-year-old dad bod having ass on. He also has his elves, but you have to be an idiot to think that he has them slaving away in a workshop building wooden horses and shit. 364 days of the year, he has those elves out on duty. They watch everything, everyone, especially little fucks like you. People that spit hate speech online, people that don't bend down to help pick up their fellow man, miserable, terrible people that don't give a fuck about anyone but themselves. Did you even notice that haggard old man out front ringing the bell? I know you didn't, or you glance the other way, making sure he notices you not noticing him. Also, you don't have to flick a penny into his can? Well, guess what, douchebag? Elf. The so-called friend on social media that asked you for your help to help a family across the world get clean water, and you just blocked them for annoying you? Elf. The dirty child on the highway off-ramp begging for just $1 to get even the smallest bit of shitty fast food. You rolled your window down and told her to get a job. Elf. The people that would rather bitch and complain about the color of a coffee cup than actually do something with their stupid, simple, meaningless lives, they see it. They see it all. And after they write the names down, the names of all the people who leave their shit stain on this earth, they report back to the big, jolly fat man. December starts. People go and buy their shitty families shitty gifts and teach their shitty children nothing in the process. And now this part, I really want you to listen to. December 24th, Santa sits down next to an open fireplace, lights his pipe and takes a puff, sips his hot chocolate while slowly and carefully checking his list. He reaches the end and starts back at the beginning just to make sure he didn't get it wrong. What he's about to flick on all the naughty children, he cannot get it wrong. Naughty, nice, naughty, naughty. He shakes his head because he's noticed within the past decade or so there has been more and more on the naughty list. He stands up, shuts his book, and walks across the room to kiss the missus goodbye. She smiles, and he walks outside in the silent night. There's snow falling ever so gracefully, highlighted by the moonlight spilling through the thick winter clouds. A red light is glowing at the end of his sleigh. He chuckles to himself and pets each and every reindeer, finishing with Rudolph at the front. It's now time for Santa to suit up for his night of joy. His trademark hat, black leather gloves, and a hunting knife hidden in each fur boot, freshly sharpened for Xmas. He continues by lining his jacket with X-Acto knives and fishing line. He used to keep multiple rags for gagging the screams, but it took up so much room in the sleigh, he's cut back to just one. Keeping a clean rag for every terrible cunt in this world became overwhelming. He thought, fuck 'em. Now earlier I said naughty boys and girls. That was me being, what'd you say, cute? I don't mean kids in this situation. I mean people like you. Children aren't born shitty. They are taught to be careless, racist, homophobic, numb, hateful. I mean, just look in this store. I just saw a lady fill up a baby bottle of Mountain Dew just to get the kid to shut the hell up. All because she couldn't be bothered to be a parent for a second. But people never think that way, do they? I mean, come on, man, really? A $700 TV? Not even one simple dollar for a hospital? Not a penny for the bell ringer out there? Nah, man, you can't even be bothered, can you? I have one last part of this story before I let you get in your double-parked truck that's way more than you need and speed out of here and forget the things a stupid non-educated cashier told you. St. Nick makes sure he gets the list right because what he does to spread joy and cheer to everyone is something of nightmares. He always has enough gifts for the nice kids because he takes them from the naughty ones. He brings his two best elves with him, his best sellers he calls them. He glides through the frigid air only the way he can, and he will eventually land on your rooftop. Now, it may startle you out of bed, but there's nothing you can do. The elves have already made their way into your house and tied you and your dough bag of a wife to the bed and made sure you can't speak. In your panic, you can't hear the heavy boots pacing down the hall. You can hear them counting and ask yourself, why the fuck is he counting? You don't know it, but the elves make a note in the naughty column every time you grab the new girl at work's ass or get behind the wheel of a car after drinking 4 pitchers with the guys. Or even not donating $1 to help someone who could use it. He reaches the end of his count as he makes his way into your bedroom. 67. 67. He repeats it a couple more times. 67. He reaches into his jacket and pulls out something metallic. You can see the shimmer in the darkness. The razor-sharp X-Acto I mentioned earlier. He hums Jingle Bell Rock as he pulls down the covers to reveal your feet. The elves move to the end of the bed now, and they have drugged your wife to sleep. You feel tiny hands put weight on your feet, and a tingling sensation under your big toenail. The sensation slowly turns to a sharp, needling pain. The fat man is sliding the razor under your toenail, and after he gets it far enough up, he pops that sucker off as he stands back up and mumbles, 1, and moves the blade to the next little piggy in line. The next hour is spent working his way up your leg and stomach, taking a chunk out of skin here, 22, scraping away a muscle and carving SC into a rib bone there, 45, until he gets to your sad, wrinkly old man face. This is where the X-Acto disappears. It's too blunt to get the job done anymore, and he reaches for the knife in his boots. One of those big dick knives, kind you see in movies. The elves have now moved up to your head and have pried your eyelids open. He ever so carefully, with blood-covered cheeks, slides the knife between your skull and the eyeball and pops the sucker out. Just one, though. He might need the other one for next year. Then moves down to your ear. The knife enters your skin and he starts a carving motion down to your chin and back up to the other ear. Then connects the skin dots back to the first ear, mimicking a giant smile that is leaking blood up into the empty eye socket you now have. 67, he declares. Ho, ho, ho. The elves clap and cheer. He bends down to about an inch from your face and says, God bless us, everyone. Breathing hot breath on your open wound. After that, he lumbers slowly out of the room and down the stairs toward the sad Christmas tree you gave no thought to and told the kids to deal with. Gathers up all the presents in his large red sack and replaces them with skin that was just removed from your face. He puts a finger to his nose and vanishes out of sight to go give a Merry Christmas to the nice boys and girls and to them a good night. So let me ask you again, fuckface. Do you have $1?
Good story, kid. But all you did was cause a bigger line and angry customers. Fuck you. Fuck this store. And you can go to hell.
Okay. Thanks for shopping with us. Have a Merry Christmas and watch out for the elves. We're everywhere.
Nice.
I think I going to say like 68.
Nice. Good touch.
So yeah, that was mine. And
Bravo,
That was good.
bravo.
all right, we have the last one.
The last one.
Bradley.
I better deliver too, because this is my idea, right?
Yeah.
So mine's
Bradley Sparkles.
mine's certainly told in a different story. I only have little notes, which consists of 3 little post-its here. So my story actually takes place. It's a Norwegian folklore. Now every country has their own Christmas folklore, whether it be Santa. Krampus is a real thing in Austria, I believe. So this is the Norwegian version. It revolves around a man named Papa Und. Papa Und stands for evil. So, evil Papa. And what he does is, starting December 1st, the parents of any child in the house, so every child has to have their own, and they have this thing called a bonsang. Bon stands for prayer, sang stands for bed, so a prayer bed. Mm-hmm. So each bonsang is set up next to the child's bed on a small table. It consists of 2 ends with some sort of a line hanging across. On each line is 10 candy canes. With those candy canes, now hold on, let me stop there, because now if the parent does not set their bonsang up for their child, Papa Und, when he comes to the house to discipline the child, which I'll get to in a minute, will instead discipline the parent. For every time that Papa Und comes to the house and you do not have your bonsang set up, He has his own set of candy canes, and they're the bigger, thicker ones. You guys remember those ones that are... And he takes off with a pair of hedge clippers, rusty as hell. He takes off a toe each time and sticks a fucking candy cane in there.
Each time what? Each time he comes?
Each time he comes.
Christmas? Okay.
So, needless to say, very few parents do not have their bonsai set up for their child. Now, each child has 10 candy canes set up, hanging, starting December 1st. You have until December 25th to keep your candy canes. If you are to lose all of your candy canes before December 25th, you know by Christmas Santa will come, or Papa Und will come, and he will take you. Now, you could lose your candy canes on December 10th, and you won't know when Papa Und is going to come and take you. It's one of those things that you just know by December 25th you will be taken. So, it's a constant fear. You lose 2 candy canes this night. Oh shit!
Why do you lose them? Because you're bad?
Because you're bad.
Okay.
Just like anything else.
Okay.
So, now just what you were saying with the elves, this kind of goes with your story a little bit actually. There are elves watching everywhere. Those elves are so angry. The bitterest people, maybe even worse than Papa Und. They've only been taught nothing but hate their entire life. They're bitter. They're angry. So, any child that's taken is immediately taken by Papa Und, stuffed into a sack on the biggest sleigh you've ever seen. He takes you down underground. You are inoculated and put in a holding cell for several years. The inoculation stops you from growing altogether. However, you continue to age. You become the elf that is going to watch the other children.
I like that. That's why they're bitter.
That are Papa Und's eyes and ears throughout the rest of Christmas. So you have to be good from December 1st to December 25th. The rest of the year you can be a hellion. But every kid in Norway from December 1st to the 24th is a perfect angel because they're scared of the wrath of Papa. That's pretty much it.
But he comes after the parents, too.
Yeah, well, if you don't set up your fucking bonsai.
Do you guys? There's like a little theme we had going of like evil elves.
Let's see.
And me and Raz was like becoming elves.
I was surprised that everybody had the elf thing because honestly, that was a later part to my story. That Papa Und was something that I came up with, and I was like, I looked it up, and then I wanted a name for the thing. So the prayer bed is what I came up with because you're in bed and it's like I don't know. So,
well, mine was called Elf on the Shelf, obviously.
My story is actually called Elf. Or Elves, I think, is what I called it.
I don't even have a name for my story. I just wanted to come up with like a Christmas legend of sorts. So I was like, and I thought of this one.
Mm-hmm. And you went more the legend.
Well, see, my story is like basically kind of a rip off of like thing about Slappy from Goosebumps. Like a ventriloquist dummy come to life. Yeah. But I mean, originally I was going to try to tell it from like the kid's point of view and like have more of the Elf on the Shelf, like the things he was doing. Sure. But I thought maybe like have it from the dad's point of view, so you actually never see anything the elf does. Yeah. You just hear about it from the kid. Yeah.
I was actually like that your guys' stories were completely different than mine because mine was almost telling like a fable to a child, like you have to be careful at Christmas because this is what happens if you aren't. And your guys' are more like.
Well, mine was trying to be really brief too.
Grant had fucking dialogue, so everybody's was really different. So it was really
I had
good.
a little bit of dialogue, but mine wasn't very long.
I think this was good. All right, now is the present time.
Oh shit! It's present time. Time to unwrap those gifts on Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gav.
The fun time.
The time for presents.
The time everybody looks forward to. That's why everybody loves Christmas.
All right, so how do you guys want to do this? I figured I'll give all my gifts to each of you. and you can open them all at once, or not all at once, but Grant will go first, and then Matt, then Frank, and then Frank can go next and give his gifts to people.
Okay,
That's fine.
Is that good?
So we're going by who they're from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Who wants to go first?
You want to go first and get it over with again, Frank?
Okay.
All right. So pass out Frank's gifts. Now
That's Grant's.
mine's the red. I think.
That's
And me?
Yep.
Is this one?
Thank you, sir.
yes.
All right. So Matt, why don't you go first?
I will
Matt
go
is
first.
opening Frank's gift.
Matt's most generic because I have less idea of what he would probably be into.
Yes, I have a coffee mug,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State Buckeye coffee mug.
Mhm.
Very useful. I will use this, except it'll probably be a mixture of coffee and Irish whiskey.
That's,
Yeah,
that's fine.
okay.
What's the other thing he had in there?
He has also
Some Buckeye Fuzzy Dice.
Buckeye fuzzy dice.
We'll hang them from your rope.
Was that Exhibit?
I will come up with a good use.
What you don't know, he loves Ohio State. So what we did.
Put them in your baby's room for to teach her right.
Yeah, exactly. Gemma is going to love these. I'll make sure she doesn't destroy them. I'll have them hung up, but
Perfect.
she'll have a blast playing with these things.
All right, I guess I'll go next.
Thank you, Frank. Very cool.
Yeah, I don't rap. Yeah.
Oh.
Said you need all these
I
bags
don't
back.
have this, Frank.
Uh-oh.
Leatherface.
Oh. A little Leatherface.
Little-
What is that,
little-
Adorbs?
Funko. No, this is the Funko Minis. I don't have this, and I actually have looked into buying this. So thank you. I like it very much.
I thought you'd
And
enjoy it more than I do.
a Sam coaster.
Nice.
Very good, Frank.
Where do you get a Sam coaster from?
We got it at the HorrorCon we went to. Actually,
Okay.
I bought 4 different coasters, and I kept 3 of them. I just thought that
Perfect.
basically I just thought he would get more joy out of that than I would.
I like it. Very
Yeah.
good.
Kind of more personalized.
All right, so then I got the red bag.
Yeah.
More tissue paper.
One of them I think you would like. The other one I'm not sure. Maybe you'll like. But I mean, you have a tattoo of it. So.
Okay. I was actually thinking about buying this. So we got a little Jason. What are these? Is this a Funko thing too?
Those are Funko. What are they
They're
called?
like the same size as the Star
Reaction.
Wars figures.
Reaction. It's a small
And-
little Jason figure.
And actually, like Brad actually has the
He
same
does?
one up there.
That's sweet. That makes me very happy. Thank you.
Mhm.
I feel like crap now with the gifts I got you guys. And at Frankenstein, an old school Frankenstein jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, I think it's looked like
Nice.
from the 70s or something like that.
Have you ever put it together?
Awesome.
No, I have not.
Okay, so
Hopefully all the pieces are in there. I haven't.
well, we
put it
love
together
puzzles,
and
so
frame it.
we will definitely try to put it together.
Yeah, that's how I bought it at like a.
It's a hell of a display
I
piece,
say,
nonetheless.
yeah, if
toy
not-
show once. It's like
Yeah.
probably from the 70s or 80s, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but
If not, I enjoy the can. Anyways,
yeah,
so
I know. Like you have a tattoo of
Put
Frankenstein.
Cheetos
right?
in that bitch.
those are so expensive. They're like $3.50 a pop
planters,
now.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that's something you'd probably like.
Yes, thank you.
I wish I could give you the Dracula one too, but I was,
Oh.
yeah.
All right,
Next
so
year.
then
Okay.
Right.
So,
that
I
was
want Matt
Frank's
to go
gifts.
next because I'm super curious about Matt because Matt needs to figure out who his gifts are for.
Yes,
So they're all in one big bag, right?
they are. And I have a ton of tissue paper, and that's the only way that I'm going to be able to conceal.
What they are.
Grant gets the tissue paper.
I get the tissue paper.
Y'all get tissue paper.
Y'all get tissue paper.
My company, the company I work for, is based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm talking to someone in Nashville every day, a different person. So I hear y'all a million, literally every day. So this first gift,
Oh, he's wrapping them.
again,
While he's talking.
this is supposed to be all like together. So I apologize, but they're cool gifts. So
Okay.
the first gift is to Grant.
Ooh.
It's something that I think you can. This is all stuff that I think you guys can use.
Okay.
I like gifts I can use now.
I'm not very creative when it comes to gifts. I got to get better at my gift buying.
We got chocolate espresso beans, which
Oh.
I actually fucking love.
Right?
So
They're fucking good.
I can't.
I
use
actually thought about
these.
getting people candy. That was one of my
Yeah.
ideas.
So I'll take the chocolate espresso beans. Thank you.
Thank you. The second gift I am giving to Brad.
Ooh, there
Why?
he is.
Because it's something that he can use. And again, this is all supposed to be one unit. Not because they go together in any way, shape, or form, but I just picked out 3 little things that whatever. That weren't like sucking.
Yeah, you don't want to get something that's sucking. You want the anti-sucker.
Not unless it's my bitch.
Whoa! All right, so here we go. The second gift is to Brad.
Follow the gift over.
All right. Oh, it's a box. It is a box. And it is... You know what, Matt? There's few things I love more than a pair of new socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? They're cool.
I've actually got to the age where I ask for socks for Christmas.
I love putting on a new pair of socks. So thank you. I actually like this. Very good.
So far, you're 2 for 2. Now
And they're black, which I like
feel so
black
much
/ gray socks.
I say,
So good.
Frank, if you shit on this last gift, it's gonna ruin a lot.
I know, dude. I feel so bad.
I wasn't planning on shitting on it.
But again, this is all to be together. It wasn't supposed to be separate.
I love the
I
fact
think
that
it's a
Matt
cup.
got me socks.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Actually, a candle is a good thing because I've been lighting a lot of incense and stuff in my house. So thank you.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, okay.
3
Set
for
the
3,
candle.
Matt.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know what, Matt? If you would have got me a chocolate covered espresso beans, they would have went in Brandy's stocking because I don't like coffee. So you did good.
All right, so as you guys open it, I will explain some fun stuff. There's Brad's, Matt, and I don't know where these gifts came from if you look at the name tags. They're all question marks. So
I want to go first.
you can go first.
All right.
I was going to get a piece of clothing. Girl Scout shirts?
Not really.
Spectre Inspector's sticker, first of all.
Yeah, self-promotion.
And a shirt. It says, McNugget Buddies are pretty metal, which they are. I thought you might get me a shirt, and that's why I have not purchased off of the website, because I did not want to purchase.
That is an original.
That
which will probably go up on the website, but
is pretty awesome.
they get more expensive.
I'm
as
going
they
to
go
cut
there.
these bitches off
That
and
is
show
fine.
the guns.
That is fine.
I love it.
If you notice my attention to detail, there's some parts where I just couldn't get the razor in there and didn't cut out the right thing.
That's awesome. No, I like it. And it has the right original 6, which you did right there. Because if they would have had the fucking other ones, I would have been like, you fucked up.
Well,
But you have the right ones.
the first one I fucked up with because I swear that our printer at home was a color printer. Got home, wasn't. So, so that was the first fuck up.
No, I love it though. It's so ridiculous that it's awesome.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
figured that at least it would turn into a sleeveless shirt, and every once in a while you'd throw it on.
Yep.
Now we get to your gift, Frank.
You guys are doing good so far.
Tell you now.
Yeah.
Better be midnight meatballs in here.
Well,
It better
I will
be
explain what happened.
Midnight meatballs.
midnight feet balls is what it says.
Inspector sticker.
Yeah, that's good too. I love it.
What's it, Frank?
And can I explain what happened on this one?
Well, show it.
This was a frustrating day for me.
This is good.
Frank Hardy. Midnight. People.
So what happened is I designed that graphic, and then underneath it I did type out the words "Midnight Economical Meatballs." Something like Brad's. If you look at Brad's shirt, I put an outline around the text,
That is so
I knew where to cut.
I want Frank's shirt.
I
Dude,
did
that's
not.
a classic.
I did not
This
put
is
an
a
out,
great shirt.
I didn't put an outline around the word, so I didn't know where to cut. So I literally just looked at Abby and went, "Do you think I could write with a Sharpie and it'll work the same?" So after your first wash, if it's not there anymore, I apologize.
Dude, this is awesome.
Just don't dry it.
This is an awesome shirt.
I was pretty happy with how
Chef
close.
Frank Hardy. I love the fact that it's my picture on there.
Oh yeah,
It's so good.
This is the best Christmas gift ever. That is an awesome present right there. You know,
All right.
bravo. You know,
Good.
golf clap.
Yeah, you were saying that you didn't think that yours were any good. These are great.
Yeah.
So
Personalized
badly
shirts. That is awesome.
And once again, these will probably show up as real T-shirts, but like I said, they get more expensive.
As long as that fits, I'll wear that next
Okay.
our next podcast.
And the same problem.
It's
I'm
3XL,
nervous.
so hopefully that'll fit.
It's going to be hard to beat.
All right, so
your
Matt's shirt.
guys's. All right, here we go.
This is why I had you send me that picture so I could.
I mean, oh my god, that's good.
And I just really
That's
like
so good.
I like the idea of you walking around with a picture of yourself on your shirt.
I'm gonna get around 7:40. Dude, Victoria, anyone that knows me is going to appreciate this shirt.
So yeah, wear on Christmas.
I totally am and will.
By far the best.
Yeah, if
You
I win
win.
tomorrow, like my my family will love this tomorrow. Like, I mean, a picture of
I mean, if you want, next time we go out ghost hunting, if you all want to cut the sleeves off of them and we all wear them
Oh
together.
my gosh.
I don't know if I can.
But yeah, I
sleeves off
mean,
this one,
no
but
matter
this is
how
awesome. I
no matter
love it,
how
Grant.
famous we get, you guys have original shirts now. Only you
this
guys
is so
will have
cool.
these shirts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, the midnight economical meatballs.
We have to do a podcast where we're all
So I
wearing
don't
these
have
shirts.
like so many like. I'll get so many questions. Like,
Did you have to go back and look at the time you said?
At the what?
The maze video? Did you have to go back?
No, I just remember it just
Okay.
from watching it so many times.
Oh my god.
Because yeah, the
Oh,
first time
man.
when he's
So
on the,
good.
when he's on the phone, he says, "I can
Yeah.
be there around 7:45."
I think Grant won Christmas.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh,
Right,
man.
so what do
I
we
haven't
got?
laughed that hard in a long time, man. I was almost threw up as laughing so.
Well, I didn't realize too. Yeah, both you guys have your faces. On
I mean,
your, on your
I
own
figured
shirts.
I figured midnight meatballs. Once I figured t-shirts, I figured it was gonna be midnight meatballs.
Mhm.
But the whole picture of it, like, just where that
And like I said, I wanted the words to be better, but I fucked that up. So
That was really good.
I mean,
Grant,
like, the
thank you.
text don't matter. I mean, just
This is
the
really
idea
good.
came through.
yes,
You know,
I can't believe you were disappointed in that. All right. So,
Oh my
yeah,
god,
that
funny.
was awesome.
I have multiple things for people. Like I said,
I still
You know,
got
these
I
things
still got
come
Matt's
up.
tissue
Here
paper.
is
Inspector,
Frank.
Inspector.
Thank you. Matt.
So, can I put this? Is this like a decal or?
It's
It's
just
a
a
sticker.
sticker. Yeah, you can put it
I have
wherever.
a feeling I'll have more to drink tonight.
This is sweet.
Mine.
And eventually, like
Matt, you get the big one?
Brad
Wow.
and Brad
one, nice.
Brad and Frank are Spectre inspectors. Eventually, you will be one.
Yeah,
So,
you got to come out with us.
Yeah, that's
All
why I
right.
gave you
I
one.
totally
All
will.
right.
Oh, Brad didn't get a sticker.
Did you guys?
No, Brad got a sticker.
Can I just...
Oh man, I'm sorry, Matt didn't get a sticker.
No, Matt got a
Yeah, I got a
sticker.
sticker.
Yeah. I pre.
All right, so Grant will go last here because he's filming.
Mhm.
So,
I'm
Frank,
gonna put this away so I don't forget it.
Frank's first. This is the last round of gifts from Brad.
I have a hunch this might be a bottle of wine.
Nice.
The Witch's Brew.
Ooh,
Halloween wine.
that
What
is
else would I
spooky.
get you, Frank?
Yes.
I am sure I will drink this. And thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And I might drink it tonight.
Well, there you go.
Honestly.
Frank is so bad at candy. I decided to get him some gummy savers.
Okay.
And
I know he loves peanut butter cups, so I tried to give him some peanut butter.
actually,
butter,
that is
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's the thing I was thinking about getting people. I was gonna buy everybody candy, you know, by win a different way.
That's all right. I want to get your dogs a toy because I know you love your dogs.
That is awesome.
Actually, that'll be good. And what's too good too, they will not be able to destroy this within a day. Because most of the toys I buy these dogs, they'll tear everything the fuck up.
There you go. This is, like I said, this is I bought you
There's
some
no,
of
like,
this stuff.
stuffing
The
in
wine
for
I
them
have, and this I have because I just bought a lot of stuff.
And this is good too. I will take this to work.
What
Was
is
that
it?
Doctor? Is that
Yeah,
TARDIS?
it's a TARDIS.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is it like a?
I'm surprised
Plastic
there aren't
to- all
any
those-
Doctor
is
Who
it squishy?
Christmas episodes or anything.
It's
That's
like a
scary.
little like a Funko Mini.
Okay.
Yes.
I actually have one TARDIS at work, but I can have two TARDIS at work.
There you go.
I'm thinking, you gotta love the TARDIS. Because you know they're bigger on the inside.
There you go.
And that doesn't mean anything if you don't watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, I don't know.
But thank you. Very good.
Matt,
And
Matt,
my dogs will appreciate
go for the
it,
small
too.
one first.
The small one first.
That's the one.
And the reason I wrapped this up for you was I listened to the podcast that we did 3 years ago, and you said that I love this. I never get to watch it anymore.
Yeah, I could tell it's a DVD. You know?
Oh, I know. I'm
So I
very
figured you
intrigued.
could watch it with your daughter.
I'm intrigued. Let's.
Willy Wonka? Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka.
Oh, nice, Rudolph.
Rudolph,
Oh, dude,
bitch.
this is so awesome.
Rudolph, bitch.
Thank you, Brett. Yes. Yes. And I missed it again this year. I wanted to watch it, but I missed it again
Now
this
you'll
year.
never miss it.
Oh man, I'm gonna watch this as soon as tomorrow night.
There you go.
We'll have
You know, I know we still got one gift to go, but I think we've all done very good with Christmas gifts this year.
Very, right?
Thanks,
I
guys.
mean,
and again,
like, even
I
not
was
like
worried
spending
about
that much, I think we've all done like, you know.
This next one is questionable, but Brandy said, I don't want this anymore. And I took it down to the basement, and I said, well, it doesn't fit down here, and if there's one person that I could see enjoying this, it's Matt.
Thank you.
This is the one I said I would fight.
I'm glad that it's heavy because I thought it was a basket full of fruit or something at first.
No, this is the most expensive gift. As far as what I spent money on 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
And have enjoyed it for 10 years.
I
And
am
Brandy said,
curious now.
we're done with this in our living room, and now it's Matt's. The story lives on.
Oh yes.
A bongo.
Oh,
man.
if there's one person I could see getting high or getting drunk and playing in his underwear, it's
Hell
Matt.
Yeah. Did I tell you I did that?
No, but Matthew McConaughey did. That's the story. So I just wanted. I figured you would enjoy this more than anybody else. Now the guy that I bought this from
Dude,
made
this
it.
is sweet. Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
You gotta love getting a bongo drum.
Hey Matt, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Brad.
You're welcome.
This is awesome. Heck yeah, man.
Thank you all very much for my gifts. I appreciate them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then it's my turn.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Matt,
I
I've
forgot
been
you
collecting
existed,
for.
Is there an order?
No.
We're gonna go with this guy first.
You read the tag. I should have had you guys read the tag.
See, yeah, I mean, I make people read the tags.
Was there text?
Old Thirsty Grant. Why? Because it's a cup. I can't read that. I can't read what that says.
It says the answer.
The Old Thirsty Grant from The Answer. I like the wrapping paper. I got frozen. No, it's not even frozen. It's the Disney princesses.
Disney Princess. We had some I never wanted to get rid of.
And my favorite,
That is really cool.
Jasmine.
That is a cool instrument.
What is it? Why is it The Answer?
Because I'll never be thirsty again with that bad boy.
You know, I figured there's something you'd want.
Is that The Rock?
It's The Rock. We got Trish Stratus. We have a Kurt Angle. We have a Triple H. We got a Stone Cold. In the original packaging, it looks like.
That's right.
Fucking who would ever need this much liquid? Actually, I probably would use it. This is amazing.
You gotta put like at your desk at work, you know?
Oh, I will. I have a bunch of wrestling stuff at work that people bring me because they make fun of me for it.
You're welcome, buddy. That's what made me think of your mom. Because I just imagine your mom drinking a big old fucking thing of coffee or something.
Stone Cold
Hold
ET.
on, I'm looking at it's the World Wrestling Entertainment Crunch Time Popcorn Snack Pack.
Nice.
It has looks like glasses, the popcorn tubs, and popcorn.
And
Which
pop. Oh, you don't eat it.
but say I should
You should pop it.
but don't eat it, right?
Don't eat it.
They're so crazy with their licenses. Like, why does this exist?
I don't know, but I got it, and I was like, well, that's going to Grant.
Okay. All right. Is that? Oh,
I
there's
figured,
another
hey,
one.
next pay-per-view, you can push your Mike and Ike's in that bad boy. Do you
Is
have
that the
one?
Halloween album?
If you have it, I figured you might
I
have
have to check. I have a Disney.
Oh,
Sorry, I pulled another one
Dude,
out of the.
let me see.
out of the bag.
I think I had that when I was a kid.
That is sweet.
Let me see.
I might have this one
Let me
already,
see that.
but I have to check the exact one.
Yeah.
But that's sweet. Irregardless of what it is.
Yeah, this is what I used to have. We used to listen to this all the time, like growing up as kids.
It's the one with the narrator where they like tell a story. Well, like one side is just noises, and the other side it like tells it where it's like,
I just
there's a
remember
black
I
cat.
just remember the noises. It's like I remember our parents had this album, so we used to listen to it all the time.
Mhm.
You know, and it's like kind of one of those things like you remember as like fondly as a child.
Mhm.
You
Well,
know?
if you already have it, give it to Frank.
Oh, yeah,
so
give
you
it to
can,
Frank. That's All right, last one. It's in a Dick's Sporting Goods bag. I'm guessing it's not something to do with sporting goods.
Oh,
my
wow,
God.
Look at this.
It's sorry, I went silent. I was looking.
I'm gonna take the one that
It's-
has like the naked woman on the front.
It's a bunch of R.L. Stein Fear Street books and The Exorcist on top.
Give me the naked woman one. That
the
one's
wrong
mine.
number.
That
We got the wrong number.
number.
We have the
I guess
Cataluna
she's not naked.
Chronicles.
Just showing her legs.
Call
Yeah.
Waiting. See, these are the covers that I love.
Mm-hmm.
The foil, like they're not Fear Street, they're not Goosebumps. But yeah, there's tons of. We got Truth or Dare. What is this? Is that even a scary book?
It might be.
We got Phone Calls. Author of How I Broke Up with Ernie. This is pretty amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Say,
Garage sale special right there.
everybody just want to get rid of them. All right. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. Can I keep the box?
Yeah.
All of them are good. I don't trust the popcorn,
No, don't eat the popcorn.
and it's from Brad with a heart. I didn't look in the box. Was there a name tag on the box?
Yeah.
Or on the bag?
Some of them had different shapes. Some of them had a triangle. Like everybody's had just random shit on theirs.
I don't think there's one on here.
What's that?
It might be on. It might have been on the
I'm
tissue
using
paper.
this
Oh,
bag.
tissue paper. All right.
I'm looking forward to my dogs like fighting to the death over this because they will, you know.
Okay, so what are you guys doing for Christmas? I've already had one Christmas. It now that Brandy's mom lives out of town, it's an extravaganza.
Freedom!
No, it's an extravaganza because she came in town Thursday. Brandy picked her up from the airport at midnight. So Saturday was cookie making day. Then we went to the Blue Jackets game at night, and then Sunday we had everybody over, huge party. Well, first we opened Christmas presents. So I got my Christmas presents from Brandy's mom, and so did the kids, and everybody came over, my parents and her aunt and uncle, and lots of family. There was like 15, 20 people at my house. Had a big appetizer party, did a white elephant, all that stuff. And then today, me and Cameron went to go see Star Wars. Brandy's mom came over and babysat. Tonight, obviously, Christmas Eve, which I can't believe we haven't called it that yet because it's always been Christmas
Welcome
Eve.
to Christmas Eve.
We have done Christmas
We should have
Eve
said this
for
in the beginning.
several years.
Mhm.
I mean, way before we started recording anything. I mean, probably, 7, 8 years now, I imagine we've done Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
Tomorrow is obviously Christmas Eve itself. I'll go to my parents' house. No presents. We don't do presents on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas, we'll wake up. We'll get our presents. Brandy's mom's coming over. Brandy's brother's coming over. Brandy's aunt's coming over. We're going to do another little small Christmas. Not a whole lot of presents. Then we'll go to my mom and dad's house for another Christmas. So Christmas
Mhm.
for me. And then we're going to Mad River Mountain for sledding on the 26th. And that pretty much ends the Christmas extravaganza for the Dixon family. As quickly as I could put it, to not bore people.
I found out recently that if you want to go to snow trails for the glow tubing, you'll get laughed at if you try to buy tickets the day of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
We're going during the day.
But Mad River was... I mean, yeah, we went there too.
We're
and
going
they've always been fun.
during the day per Jeff's. He said at night the made snow, because it's getting so cold, will be hard. But during the day, he said it will be perfect.
Yeah.
So...
Well, for me, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and that has always been traditionally the night when my family always exchanges presents. It's always been Christmas Eve for as long as I can remember. So I'll be going there wearing my new...
Are you going to wear the shirt tomorrow?
I'm going to wear my new meatball shirt as long as
you
it
should
fits.
take a picture with your parents
Wearing the shirt?
Yeah, I
and
should.
send it.
But yeah, I'm going to do that. Now, I've already received my one big present so far, so I'm not expecting to receive any presents tomorrow. Maybe a couple gift cards.
So what did you get, Frank?
It's going to be kind of boring here. It's a sump. I've been getting really into the aquarium type of stuff lately, like saltwater aquariums. So I have this 160-gallon tank, and there's a thing called a sump that you put underneath it.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. It costs $280.
Let's say, once you get into those bigger tanks, aren't they really, stuff's expensive, right?
Well, saltwater tanks, yes.
Well, yeah.
So
what are you getting in your saltwater tank?
I mean, as far as fish-wise?
Yeah.
Well, right now, I put in 3 cardinal fish, and one of them died, unfortunately. I don't know why. I think the crab I had in there ate it. But I saw on at Matt earlier, I bought one $90 fish. You know, for one fish.
Yeah.
It's a yellow tang. And it's still alive. And
Let's say, yeah, I mean, it better be.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can't necessarily, you know.
Well, yeah.
I tested all the water. The water parameters are fine, but it's still, you don't know. But yeah, a sump is essentially something you add to a tank to make it more stable. It adds water volume to it and stuff like that. It's another tank underneath the tank that you use as a kind of filter and all that. So, but it's very my parents, they give me $200 for it, so I had to spend $80 on it myself. But I had to buy like $500, $600 worth of additional stuff to make it work. So it's a very expensive thing that they contributed to a little bit.
Yeah.
That I don't even have up and running yet. But that's my big Christmas present. My sisters are going to give me gift cards, I believe, because that's what I asked for. So probably got another maybe 100, 150 coming from with the gift cards.
Mm.
But that's it. And then like on Christmas Day, I'll go to my parents' house again. But then only one of my sisters is coming because my other sister gets busy with the other side of the family.
Sure.
So,
Matt, what are you doing, buddy?
All right, we have 2 Christmas celebrations. One is with my family, like brothers and sisters, siblings, mom and stepdad, and that's on Christmas Eve. We do a white elephant, and then it's fun because we watch all the children, nieces, nephews, or whatever, open up their gifts from each other. And I feel bad for saying this, but you always watch these movies how, like, an uncle or relative will get a cooler present for the kid than the parents do.
Mm-hmm.
And I made that mistake, but it was like the best mistake because the look that you see from the kid opening up its present with the eyes wide open, like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
it's priceless. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So I won it last year with a $10 Nerf gun for my nephew. It was his first gun.
Everybody loves a Nerf.
And
stuff.
that look on his face, you know, just, wow. He was just, like, oh, man, it was.
That's good stuff, man.
And of course, everyone was hating on me. They bought like expensive shoes, jackets, all
Right.
that.
Oh, you never know,
I
man.
won the cake with a $10 Nerf gun.
There were a couple years where I just got a giant box from work, and my kid liked that more than the toys we bought because we bought her markers and gave her a big box, and she was able just to make something.
Yep.
And we bought other toys,
Every
expensive
time.
toys and shit, and she kind of looked at it and she was happy she got them, but she went right back to just a box, and it was like, what are we doing? My turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've already done one Christmas with my sister. That always varies every year. Usually we do it afterwards, but we couldn't make it work this year. So had Christmas with my sister and her family already. And then tomorrow's always the dinner with actually it'll be lunch with my mom. And then Christmas Eve where we bake a bunch of things and make everything for Santa. Have the Christmas pajamas. And then we'll be watching Santa Claus this year because I was told that my daughter did not get Christmas Story.
Hold on. We'll hold on.
Wait,
Yeah,
who's
and
in
then,
Santa Claus? Is that?
The Santa Claus, the Tim Allen movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we'll have Christmas, just the 3 of us, and then we have Abby's dad over by himself, and then we have to go to Abby's mom's, and then we're done. Once Christmas Day is over, it's over. So then we're going on vacation to Georgia.
Nice.
But yeah, so it'll be as of tonight. It'll be all downhill.
All right.
So, yeah.
I think that does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So until the next Christmas podcast for next year.
Mm-hmm. Can't say go watch a movie. I mean,
No.
you can.
Go have a Christmas.
Go have a Christmas.
go have a Christmas, dudes.
Yes. Merry
So,
Christmas.
what's up, Troy?
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Listen.